With the revelation of Ziegelberg, Marzag knows that the Heart of Fire has been discovered and seeks to claim the forge for his own. In the Way of Smiths, the dwarves must stem the flood of darkness and prevent the Heart of Fire from falling to the orcs.
With your help, we will be ready for anything!
Welcome back to Skirmisher Middle-earth, and today we'll be running the Battle of the Way of Smiths. This will be the first episode after Update 14. And we'll see if too much has changed in this matter. As far as I can see so far, not much has changed in the way of skirmishes. And I've been spending much of my time, of course, working with things such as the new content. If you've been seeing my new series on Gondor. Alright, now we got some... Here we have to worry about orcs. Oh, come on! Hey, hit me! How can I do any parries if nobody goes after me? That's the problem, that when you're dependent on responses, is you got to trigger those responses first. Alright, hopefully that will... Yes, that's better. Yes, much better. Ooh, that was a good hammer hit blow. Now to the other side. And you see I had used the flag at that last one. Essentially, in this skirmish, I tend to use a flag early if I've got duplicates, and at least save them until I know whether or not we've got that troll. Oh, that's right. I've got a sage here. And the sage is notorious for asking everyone to go after her. So what I should do is stand close to my soldier, as close to my soldier as possible. Now, usually, of course, going after bloodrooks is not prime strategy, but here my idea is to keep the bloodrook off of everyone else. So start off by going against the bloodrook to put a little hit there. And hopefully that will save the NPC. Now, of course, the idea is to... Okay. That is, of course, unless I want the bloodrook on the NPC, since I'm sure there are some times when that's the strategy. So I'm usually in the mood to try to keep them alive as much as possible, and... Alright, another yellow one, huh? Now, I am in the DPS stance here. Which seems to be suitable for this particular skirmish. Now, I'm just running this tier 1. No unusual challenges here. I'm right now just getting an idea of how things are in this particular update is that I haven't noticed too much in the way of change. You're just adding a couple new rewards at the high end, of course. Level 100 items. Right. Ah, our friend the Daywalker. Alright, now that takes care of the first assault. Nothing really much happened there. Now we have to wait for the second. So the first two assaults will be downstairs, the third one will be up there. So I like to spend the time between, unless there's a convenient encounter. I like to spend it here at the North Forge, since it'll be faster to either one, whichever we go, and sometimes the next one is at the North Forge, such as this case. So, I wonder how much longer I've got on this thing. Alright. Now, this particular skirmish is unusual in how it mixes its various encounters. It's a defensive skirmish, but there's a break before the boss fight that gives you an opportunity to face the encounters beforehand. So therefore, you can time the encounters whether you want to do them online or wait until the end. Which is unusual in a defensive skirmish, because often in a defensive skirmish you find yourself having to do the encounters at their convenience, not rather than your convenience. Thus, there are a couple of them, in that there are some which... Oh, Eastern. Which are elites instead of signatures, on the premise that you're likely going to be doing them during the interval when you have the ring on top of the defender there. Alright, let's see. Hey, you. Oh, yes, of course. Challenge! Yes, that's how you do it. Remember the challenge, then. They will pay attention. Much better. By the time I finish the series, I might even know how to run a Guardian, right? Well, let's not get hasty. And actually, where's our response? Yeah. I'm allowed to do that on occasion. Alright, now we go to the Western Forge, all the way to the other end. Let's see. real problem is when they all disperse all over the place. When they do bunch up on them, at least it does make it a little bit easier for me. But there are occasions when I feel like the enemy actually has a sense of tactics. What a horrible thought. The fires of the Western Forge. Alright, see, this is what I call a convenient encounter. I might as well do it now since I'm right next to it. So I don't have to remember to come back to it at the end. And this one's a signature anyway, so therefore it shouldn't take me too long. Yeah. Done in time. So I can get up here and help with the next round. Just in time. And you gotta be careful with this particular one because this is the one where... Okay, I want to make sure I got... It's a bit slow there. Ah. Yeah, it's alright. It's a little slow there. I had to chase him a little bit, and I didn't get that first response in time. Just a tricky thing with the shepherd. You need a at least I don't know any way on a guardian to take care of the shepherd without getting a shield response. Well, actually, wait, isn't there? No, turn the tables, but turn tables you have to be stunned in order for that to work. Brutal charge. Bit of rather bit of abuse of brutal charge. To stand next to a guy, hit brutal charge, and then just do it for the stun. I mean, it's sort of like defeats the purpose. At least defeats the lore reason for the ability, because the idea is that you're charging and slamming into them. If you're staying next to them, it's pretty hard to slam into them with at full speed if you start at a standstill. There we go. Now this skirmish is unusual in that it's one of the few that actually has a significant change in the lieutenant pattern during the skirmish, because during the first two, actually during the pattern analysis, during the first two assaults, it's three sets of 2 waves in each of the areas, where the first one has a lieutenant and the second one doesn't. No, the other way around. The first one has no lieutenant and the second one might have a lieutenant. Wow. Here on the platform, there are 4 waves in the assault. And with 4 waves in the assault, you have the... Okay, Shadow Heart. I was actually hoping for Fire Heart. So you get 2 of the 3 Grims, and the one I don't get is the one I wanted. Oh well. Welcome to Moria. So in the third assault, you get 4 waves instead of 6 waves. They're all from the center, and the lieutenant comes in the odd ones instead of the even ones, which is very unusual. It's in most skirmishes where you have some waves that have lieutenants and some that don't. It is generally the even waves that have the lieutenants. So this one switching to odd waves is a bit of a surprise sometimes. Because you come up here, especially
With
if you
your
went
help,
and
we will be ready for anything.
fought in a counter. You come back up, and if the encounter was one that took a while for you to do, though, as you can see, it really doesn't take all that long. But if somehow you had a very long encounter, got lost finding it, or something weird like that, you didn't realize the next one's on the supervisor's platform, you can pop up and find, oh my goodness, he's fighting a lieutenant. Now this is gonna be... yeah. Okay, I'm trying to move him away from the goblins, since I usually let the defender take care of the goblins, and I take care of the troll, and the reason for that is that the troll gains power if he kills the goblins. So I let the defender kill the goblins. That way the troll doesn't get the buff. I should... ouch. Of course I spent most of this time flying. Looks like they took care of the goblins. Well, that's good. I did loot the body? Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't loot the body. Oh, he's loot the body. Alright. Done. And that completes the Way of Smith.